The GameSir Falcon F4 mobile gaming controller. Now yes, this is going to be the device here that we're going to be testing out. It's a pretty simple device to use. You just pull this down here, you put the phone in, and then it's the case you can use it from a point of button pressing. It is mainly used from customizationable control setups with games. So with PUBG Mobile, you're able to set up your own controls, as we're going to show in a minute, and on your button positions. So on where these points here are, you're able to assign things like your kind of aiming and your firing of buttons. So it means that the claw method, which is very popular in PUBG Mobile, you're able to utilize with this device. And if you are interested, the device is available on Amazon. There will be a link in the description if you do want to go and check it out. Okay, for this next bit, you'll probably see that I've got two screens, one that's over the far left-hand corner, one on the far right, and it's just basically testing out. Now, when you slot the phone in, which is here, I guess the advantage is that it's over some of the key aspects of placement. So the start button, which is there, that is again good that it's over that, because you can just like click the bumper of it. I do want to go into just like pointing out the settings. Thankfully as well, the settings point is at the bottom, and you can go to things like your controls. So once you're into controls, customize, and you can see I've already done the button placements. But let's just like do the kind of the button presses just to see if they work. So by clicking there, you see it clicked, and by clicking there, it clicked correctly as well. So you've got your key things there. And how I'm deciding to set this up is similar, not exactly, for a lot of people that would go, this is not exactly the claw method, which involves you to kind of like very uncomfortably position your fingers. This allows you to like have that, you know, your digits are kind of in a better space, and you know, you're just not going to hurt yourself quite as much. Controllers in mobile gaming is becoming more of a popular thing, and especially to save things from like repetition issues. I can't remember the word. It will come to me in a minute. The particular what is the word? It will come to me. It was in South Park. Carpal Tunnel. Carpal Tunnel. There we go. So like carpal tunnel issues that people get from like mouse clicking and stuff like that. It's just in case your kind of like your forefingers and your thumbs are kind of saved. So my positioning, as you can see in the camera to the left hand side, is a little bit better. And it's kind of like, it does seem like it is better. I think the claw method allows you to kind of have more like fingers on the screen at a given time. And it's just a case of if you're a casual player or a player that wants to enjoy yourself but not kind of feel like you're just overreaching all the time, you can enjoy this. But let's get into action and see how we do. Okay, and let's see things in action. There we go. That's not too bad. That's me switching over quite nicely there. It's just coming into the habit of definitely doing that switch over there with it, and remembering to go like there for the aim, and then there. It's good. It's a lot better than it was for me. It was for me, but you know, I'm sure that other players will have their own methods of playing. However, though, I love this. I love this nice little controller that we've got here for testing, because it has got that flexibility that you can just like assign those two things, save yourself a little bit of like time and effort. Now, I would say it takes a little while just to get comfortable with this, especially from a point of button placement, but it definitely for me is a big improvement from things like getting to aim and firing. It's just remembering those trigger buttons are the main things I've got to concentrate on, and not like clicking on the screen, which at times is quite easy to do. And when you're in a vehicle, I guess you're maybe not aiming quite so much and just firing from the hip rather than aiming in, but still does help out for on the move, kind of keeping the gun in place and just stabilizing that movement, which I think is very important for those that take this game incredibly seriously. And any game that's got customizable button placements, as you can see on screen at the moment, that I've done to utilize this device with the zoom in and the fire. Now I want to get a little scope on this one and see if I can just showcase that how good the scope is. You will have to adjust it to your needs, but it's still pretty cool to kind of click a button and go in rather than going like press or claw method, which I know some people like doing. But as well, it's all about the free fingers and trying to enjoy yourself as much as possible. One thing, if you are playing with PUBG, is reassign certain buttons so it's more comfortable. One thing that I will probably change is bring the exit button, which is very much at the top, which I'm not going to press because it will shoot me out of the vehicle. I would reassign it down to the bottom or close to the bottom somewhere, as most of the time your thumbs, which are meant to be more comfortable now, your placements are going to be down to the bottom areas as well. And I'd say that's a thing for most other games as well that have customizable button assignments. There we go, that has been the win. That's good. It's good to get like the chicken dinner, but I think the main thing is about this device. It's really cool. I'm going to put it into another mode now because I want to get more fast paced and see about the kind of the quick action and quick movement with it, and see if it matches up in more of a competitive mode, because I think a lot of the ones I was facing off against were bots rather than actual players. So let's experiment. Okay, Team DeathMatch. It isn't too bad. It's pretty good. I must admit there are times where the burst doesn't seem to work according to plan. Like, it will burst for like about, I don't know, 10 shots. Then it will end up just like scuffing the rest of them, which isn't too great. And but the quick kind of switching to the scope is quite good. Usually I'm very much like hip fire kind of person. But you know, for the purpose of this, it's a case like, you know, you've got to stop doing that when it comes to hip firing. But yeah, like, still very handy, still very good. Sometimes I do find that there's like bits where you're quite clearly behind a wall and you end up getting like shot through it, which isn't too pleasant. But there you go, that's just how it works. Sometimes even there, like, I think I had an issue with the burst, but it does feel, because maybe there's like loads of I don't know, fingers on the screen at one given. How is that? See, that you got to watch out for this stuff. You got to watch out for this stuff when you're behind like a wall and you're quite clearly being shot through it. It's like uh-oh, that's just a little bit weird. But look, you got to just kind of take the rough with the smooth. It is a cool device, and unfortunately, when one of your teammates decides, hey, I'm going to give up partway through or disconnect partway through, you may be best off to connect to a different connection, because like, it ain't good. Right, so the GameSir, what are my thoughts? Well, when it comes to the Team Deathmatch, it's alright. Sometimes it seems to like go out of sync when you try and do a lot of the burst action. And I must admit, it's through changing this from green, orange to red that it seemed to get the burst action in. But that is one of the things. I think it's good for the Team Death. So, what is my final thoughts on the GameSir? This is a great device, but I think it's a great device for battle royales than it is for like team deathmatches. It was alright in the team deathmatch, but I did find that some of the burst control action isn't exactly there at times. The accuracy thing is fine, but I don't know if that's an issue with PUBG. I found at times that when you're trying to shoot, that you don't end up using the full amount of your clip. You kind of burst for a little while, then it just stops. Yes, you've got the reload and stuff, but it just feels like at times. I don't think it's the device, because on the click of the accuracy, it does that. But keeping it down, I don't know if that could be the thing. If you're with accuracy, you're only kind of pressing it once. But with a burst kind of fire, that's something as well. Maybe something I could experiment around with, kind of switch the fire control to the right-hand side and see if that's a thing. However, though, yeah, it's good. It saves a lot of time, and especially the kind of the holding aspect to any kind of game. Customizable base controls are going to be, or customized button placements are going to be where this is going to be good for. But yeah, I would recommend it. Go and check it out. Link is in the description. Thank you very much for watching this video. Go and check out some other content that's on the channel currently, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.